So, with the end of your extended leave in Germany, you've decided to come join us in Africa, have you? Well, Herr General, I hope you scraped the rust off your panzers and are ready for action once again. Our Italian friends are in trouble and we're moving in to assist. A fellow veteran of your campaign in France, newly promoted General Lieutenant Rommel, has some intriguing ideas I want to share with you. Rather than just hold the line here, Rommel has suggested a reconnaissance in force. To probe the state of the British forces, yeah? Start here, make contact with the leading British elements and see just how strong or weak their grip on the desert really is. Should you only encounter limited enemy resistance, perhaps a detour to Benghazi would not be out of the question. Be warned that the African desert is a wide open and hostile place, offering little cover outside of scattered towns and villages clustered around the occasional oasis. So plan your forces accordingly. Depending on the strength of resistance you encounter, I'd like to see if you can scout all the way to the outskirts of Tobruk. Here and here. Once your mission is completed, report back to me directly. I will handle any objections from Italian Commando Supremo. But the more successful your recon mission, the easier that will be for me. Do make my life easy for once, Herr General. Dismissed.
Well, I always make life easy for you by winning all the battles. Also, I can't perform in different grades. It's like I'm either successful or I'm not successful. There's only win or lose here, General. You should know that above all else. There's no grades of success. We don't work with major and minor victories here. No. Anyway, we're here in Africa, and to be completely honest, I did already play 2 out of the 3 initial Barbarossa missions because I kind of expected to start with that after this. So, yeah, this comes first in missions. I've decided to do these missions in chronological order and also include the Africa missions in. Basically, I'm doing them in parallel to the missions in Barbarossa. Let's upgrade these to a BF-109F because they do have a lot more initiative, and I do really like that actually. Doesn't seem like much 20, but I do think it's a very significant bonus to their abilities. Let's deploy all of these. You and you. Alright, so my plan for this mission is to first move up here and then split my forces, some infantry force to Benghazi and mostly my armored units up to Mekili and over to this side, towards Tobruk. And then we'll see whether we can, take that and stuff. I also have to take these areas. We can try to do as many surroundings as we possibly can, naturally. Wherever we can, really. But the desert makes that a little bit more difficult because of its problematic movement. Alright. Put some artillery up front at the very least. Makes sense, I think. And definitely some infantry too. Together with some tanks. Recon. Let's put the Stuck here. Anti-aircraft. As well, let's put that a little bit to the back here. Tanks. You. I do have some of that. Actually, I still want to try out some anti-tank, and I think that I do want to try out this new one. It has a lot more hard attack than the Panzerjäger, so my intuition still tells me that these aren't. My brain tells me these are not good, but my heart makes them want to work. So I'm still gonna purchase them. I'm still not giving up on anti-tank units. even though like my mind tells me it's not a good idea. I know. And I shouldn't let my decisions be guided by my heart, but by my conscience or my mind, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just leave those two. Oh, sure, it's fine. Anti-tank gun, huh? Let's take a look at the stats. Quite high, actually. Comparatively, one thing that I kind of dislike about this game is that infantry has such a poor attack against anti-tank. Is I don't know. I'm better off attacking anti-tank units with tanks than with infantry because the damage is so low, and I don't think that's right. Actually, I don't think that's fair. One, two. How much is it on these deserts? Altering 16%, supposedly. Why not just put a number there, like 0.18 or something? Boo, I want to put a recon up front there. 16, 32, 48. Yeah, they should still be able to move. That's fine. Nice. One, two, three, four, 5. So they'll be done moving because 5 times 16 already makes 80, and then they lose supposedly 1 movement point for stopping. No, that's fine actually. Let's just go. Very lucky. Huh. Don't mind if I do. See, it's just these attacks are just still not good. Despite this being a 3, my pioneer's still taking damage. And I think in part that's because yeah, I mean, I know it's just because of the stats, but I'm not pleased with the way that works. Not at all. So how much of that suppression is already blocked? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not going to get anything better out of it. So I need a mass attack bonus, like at least to try to get something from the side. How far can these go? Pretty far. Let's use the Stuk here. Full suppression. 1, 2, 3, huh? Say that I'm moving that over here. That's not too bad. Interestingly enough, the Panzer E does less damage because its experience is lower. I would like to capture that actually, if I can. 1, 2, 3. That's always visible. Actually do quite like the way my units are positioned like that. You have anti-tank, and they don't have any artillery, sure, but this is probably fine. You also don't have artillery backup right now. That's not good. And you also have anti-tank backup. So what I need to do then... provide full range support here. You have this. That should also be okay. And put a fighter in here, fighter in, let's see, there. Okay. Let's try to get the Italians up front a little bit too. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Hurricane Mark 1, huh? Yeah, sure, you can attack the storage. Nice. Okay. Anti-tank actually doing its work quite well here. They dished out pretty good damage so far, so at least happy with that. Contrary to the artillery, which can't really do a whole lot of damage against them, but then you can surrender them potentially, so in that sense it's, yeah, I guess kind of a choice. But it's okay. Did perform well in that engagement anyhow. So you don't hear me complain about that. Alright. Now, I want to get an overrun on the artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they can get behind. Yeah. The true question is, with what am I going to attack them in order to make sure that that is actually done. Now these guys can move ahead 2 hexes, so I think it's probably best to attack them with the puck. I think this thing provides fire support against air units. Very interesting indeed. Now I can move you up here. That will also help a bit. And I can probably finish stuff. I'm looking to get these guys 1-star experience anyway, so I might just as well try to get in close. This doesn't give me a whole lot, but it's some. Okay, so ideally I would be able to move the Stug in there too. Okay, so then this should probably work. Or not. Oh, it does. Okay, great. Now this, well, I have no clue where it will make them retreat. Here, maybe? Curious. No, they will go down. So they'd rather go down 1 hex, even though it's surrounded, than go 2 hexes where it's not surrounded. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. It's just some interesting information indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't move after that. Maximum is 6, so they'll be stuck. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, they have the anti-tank gun, and that's what's important here. So, because I can't, yeah, basically the only other option that I can do is here. I can't move forward that much further because I otherwise would be out of protection of not only anti-air, I think, but also artillery protection. It took me a bit of time to encircle that artillery, although I do think that that's a fine choice ultimately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Yeah, that's no good. They can see these front units, but that's also okay. What I am most concerned about is these front air units, because you covered this and then these are exposed. That's not the end of the world, but I think, especially for my artillery, I want things to be safe. All right. That's it. That should hurt it. Okay, pretty aggressive. Good hit for those guys, I guess, on the tank there. Kind of curious to see how that works there. The cruiser against the Panzer. So what odds do they have actually? So in this case, I think yeah, it's this cruiser Mark 1 attacking the Panzer 3F. They have 6 strength points left after that. Yeah, okay, I attack first, okay. So then 72 and then 35% chance. Alright, so overall I should be pretty reasonably protected even with the Panzerjäger, although of course this one is much better. Right, they seem to have repaired that. I wonder if they can retreat into swamps. I think they can actually. How to proceed, how to proceed. I think sure. Finish those guys off. Do that. They're are already fully suppressed, so doing an attack like this is totally fine. I'm gonna do something similar against them. Okay, so I can't actually move further ahead in there then. That's probably okay once I get rid of these. Also take the city. This area is a problem for now though, due to the portee. So what are my odds against the portee here? They do have 40 initiative, a lot of initiative, quite high. I'm surprised that they claimed that the attack from these guys is that decent. I find that a bit dubious. But if I push them, right, let's just make sure they're from more suppressed. Wow, okay, that's good. There we go. It's a bit more damage than I could have hoped for. And that's less suppression than I could have hoped for. Really? They cannot go into that hex, huh? None of them. No truck, no anti-air, nothing. Yeah, that's... Or you can go there? No, not even these guys. Neither you. Maybe like this? Oh yeah. That's great actually. So... How far can you go? Not super far either. And I do need to protect everything on the outside flanks. Need to move a significant distance. Let's see if this works. It does. Gives me a bit more prestige. Nice. Okay. Now. I do think it's quite important to make sure that these areas are safe too. I could probably only do it this way, at least for now. I don't need to go a whole lot further at the moment, but I do need to protect my vulnerable units. I just allowed them to go in there and attack. Well, they will never be able to get into the swamp, actually. It's not a problem at all. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's at the very least switch up the fighters. Very important. And the bombers, I would say. Hopefully we'll... Yeah, that's actually a pretty bad way to move, but... Okay, they can't do anything then. Fine. I wonder if they will stay on that side. Nothing. Alright, alright. That allows me at least to reorganize my forces a bit. Oop. And they still have movement. Very nice. But I'm gonna move one of them, maybe to the other side. We'll see. Let's get a storage. And move it over here. Alright, so they have only an artillery. This one is a bit... No, it's the same kind of unit as the other one. Maybe I can also surrender that. Maybe. I'm curious to see whether they would go after my unit out here. Now, it would be a really bad deal for them. But... I am very curious, so let's divert the Italian infantry over there and have one pioneer go as well, and then these forces will go up that way. Okay. There is another cruiser out there, but I haven't seen anything else so far. So you at least have artillery coverage through here. Or I have coverage that way, yeah. So the goal naturally, at least for this turn, is to stay just out of reach. That is the purpose anyway. So they're going there. Let's have you move in there so they at least have artillery protection as well. Right, and then the real question is how much do I want to take care of my air forces? So the likelihood... Yeah, pretty much just need to do this. Something like that. It's probably the safest. I don't think there's an immediate necessity to repair these. I'd rather do it at the end of the turn, or end of the mission, if I can. Okay, so that's a bomber. Fighter, wow. Okay. Good. That did a lot of damage, actually. Let's see. I mean, their air units seem to be able to go toe-to-toe. They did attack my weaker 1 and 9, though. So that's why it's so imperative that they upgrade. They have a 70% chance of hitting. And they get a... Yeah, they have 1 star of experience, so they do actually get a bonus as well there. My unit doesn't even have 1 star of experience. So that's why its accuracy is still quite low, even though it does get quite a nice proximity to base bonus. You know, it's close to 70 and a 60% chance. Yeah. I really need to upgrade these guys, actually. You can see that, yeah, this is a lot better. Of course, they do get a big penalty, and I get a huge bonus for having them right next to my airfield, of course. That is true. I am happy that this worked out really well, though. I really like the deadly AA trait, actually. Boom. Just shot down the bow 4 with absolutely 0 damage. That's amazing. This is a flamethrower tank. This is... Luckily it's an Italian one, so... It's not that bad. Where are my anti-aircraft? I should be able to move it 1 hex back and then attack. I mean, there's no way I can make this surrender at 1 strength, so might just as well keep attacking. There's an infantry there. And very likely there'll be something there too. Okay, they also have an infantry in here. It's tricky. Okay, first of all, there's the bomber on the airfield, and I don't think they're gonna get the damage from this, but the problem is this, I think. Although, who knows? This seems to be a bit better. There's no way I'm gonna push them back, though. Let's see if a little bit of mass attack bonus would help. I know, well, this is not close terrain, actually, these hills. Right? Oh, it is. Okay. Let's just attack like this first. And still push them back, apparently. Huh. I did not expect that, I do admit. With Stug backup, this is actually fine. And they also have high ground. Can't shell it unless they move, so this is looking fine. They do have a huge range now too in anti-aircraft. Super useful. It's actually quite nice. Alright. Now, against these guys I don't need anti-tank, I just need the artillery. And if they want to run their... So you can go here, right? Yeah, if they want to run their infantry into my panzer... Okay, fair enough. They can be my guest. And if they have another armored counteroffensive, they are also going to be sorry anyway. Oop. This is pretty solid. So do you have a star now or not? No, but I will give them elites. Luckily the fighters are cheap. Like, it's not as if it's a huge issue. Alright. I would definitely send over the infantry. So maybe there's some encirclements possible in this area, but it really depends on whether there are more counteroffensives from that side. That might actually go at them. Yeah, you're still under double anti-air cover. There's really no need to worry, I think. Right. I'll let the artillery go if I think, well, That's interesting. Do I bomb or do I not? Yeah, let's actually go for it. Still need to lower their entrenchments, and in a case like this where I didn't deal any damage, it's actually fine. Okay. Huh. Interesting that they can see that, though. Their tank did more damage than... How did they see this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just really confused. 1, 2, 3. How could they see that? Maybe they wanted to attack there conveniently, and then they saw that there was a fighter there and they decided to attack that? The Spitfire is a lot more dangerous, I think, than the... right? Because the Spitfire has 5 initiative. And yeah, both of them have 55% chance to deal damage. Whereas they have 5 initiative, whereas the other air unit, the Hurricane, has only 4. Still, I should be able to deal decent damage to that thing. Anyway, they apparently repaired those guys. It's not super problematic. So they don't have a switching. I don't know actually whether they do have a switching mode. And again they retreat. Ooh. That's terrible. Right, well, I don't need to attack there, so that's all fine. So what's up with the anti-tank versus tank attack? How did they actually deal so much damage? Defenders, it attacks 100% first. 10, 85, so I should be dealing just kind of like 5 damage, but I guess I just got a really bad roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whiffs, and then yeah, just very low end roll there. Okay. But these guys did go out of their entrenchments, at least that's nice. I can probably force a surrender on that. Yeah, let's at the very least go in here. They can go up here. And that is not really what I was looking for, but okay. So in 2, let's use the recon. And these guys can't be surrendered from this side, so they'll just get destroyed, huh? Don't mind if I do. You can't move, so if okay, you can go there. Let's go around, and they have a free attack against them, and I want to make the best out of that. Alright, well, it works, so no complaints from me. And they might repair that unit, actually, which I would also be fine with. So I've captured that airfield, so I might just as well move the recon up here for now. And I can technically bomb this now, yeah. So I'll have to see how I mean, I'm actually in a pretty decent spot to encircle these, except for against that. So let's attack here. Then here. Now they're at 3. So not all that much of a threat anymore, but they do need to be finished off. And I guess I can just use the infantry for that. They're encircled, but they will have 1 strength point left, so they can always deal damage to the Wehrmacht infantry then, because I'm sure they have 100%. So it doesn't matter whether I attack now or not. 40, okay. Fine, that's also fine. So let's take this. Can't believe that this mission is already this far into it. Okay. I'm a bit alarmed by moving them here, but I'd rather have them attack the recon than anything else, and this will allow me to just give elite replacements to those guys. That's expensive, I'm well aware of it, but I think it suits me better than anything else right now. I don't need to do that, I can wait. Let's just do this. Nope. For an encirclement I need to put a unit in here for sure, or here and here. Yeah, they're going after this. Or they don't do anything at all. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here. I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed the first part. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.